Have you ever wondered what your life purpose is or why you're here on this earth? Welcome to my channel. My name is Sana, and those of you who have subscribed to my channel already, thank you so much for coming back. So today, unlike my previous videos of myself singing without showing my face, I decided to put myself out there to share with you guys 4 things so they can get to know me a little bit better, more than just my songs or music. So I will start with a self-introduction to talk about who I am, how I got into the spirit world, and why I speak English and Japanese, and then I'll move on to angels or archangels that you may hear very often if you follow my Instagram or if you had a chance to check out my website. Third, I want to talk about music that I'm passionate about and that helped me heal both of my emotional and physical pain, as well as how I use it as a manifestation tool. Last but not least, I want to talk about my channel to share with you what it is that I want to send through this channel as a messenger of light, which I believe my life purpose. So if you guys are still interested, I would be happy if you could stay with me until the end of this video, and let's get started. First, my name is Sana, and by the way, the reason why I speak English and Japanese is because I was born and raised in Japan, but after my high school graduation, I decided to study abroad in America and spent 4 years in college to improve my English because I wanted to be a Japanese English translator and interpreter. So since I was a speech communication major, sometimes I prefer to use English when it comes to a presentation like this because I feel more straightforward and organized, but you never know, I might be speaking Japanese in the next video already, so I'm just letting you guys know that I'll be using 2 languages back and forth. Now, let's go back to the question I asked you guys earlier about what your life purpose is, because I've always had this question in the back of my head since I can remember. I know I may sound weird to say this, but I feel like there's this human side of me, but also there's this angel side of me, and I felt like I came from a different planet or somewhere to experience a human life on this earth, if that makes sense. So I was the kind of kid that was always fascinated by anything, anywhere, or even anyone spiritual, healing, or sacred because I was drawn to those energies of crystals, ocean, islands, animals, shrines, and temples and churches, although I'm not a religious person. But how I got into the spirit world initially came from the loss of my grandfather when I was 5 years old. So my family and him used to live close to each other in the same town, so he was like my father figure. But we had to move out of the town due to my father's job, so I kind of lost in touch with him after that. And when my grandfather passed away, unfortunately, I didn't get to say goodbye to him because it was too late by the time I made it to his place. So as a kid, I was wondering how to reach out to him again on the other side of the world. So I was not into this world, but that world, like heaven or any kinds of spiritual beings. And my first encounter with one of them happened to be fairies at the age of 13. So I used to buy this magazine called My Birthday, and one time it came with the fairy oracle card deck. And for those of you who are not familiar with the words oracle cards, they're kind of like tarot cards but more specific. And I would love to introduce some of my favorite oracle cards in another video in the future. But so yeah, when I touched those cards for the first time, I felt like I had known them before. So I would shuffle the deck, pull out some cards, and lay them out on my bed to see what it is that the fairies are trying to tell me almost every single night so that I would feel well prepared for the next day. That's how sensitive I was to other people's energies or moods or feelings, since I would absorb them like a sponge. So connecting with the fairies actually helped me to stay balanced between my human side and my angel side, because I didn't know how to shield or protect or ground myself back then. However, in 2013, I ended up getting rid of those cards since I came back to Japan after my college graduation, because at the end of the day, I couldn't find any like-minded people. Well, it was only because I kept it to myself because I didn't want to be rejected or, judged, or I didn't want to scare anyone about my connection with those beings. But I came to think that I'm such a crazy person to believe those spiritual beings when I couldn't see them with my physical eyes. So I got rid of the cars and started walking down my translator career path to make my dreams come true. Everything was new to me but seemed so perfect because people look up to me. I felt so good about myself. But at the same time, as the days went by, I realized that something didn't feel right about my life. It's almost like something was missing in my life, but I wasn't sure exactly what that is. So I would question myself every day if I was on the right path or not. And eventually I got lost completely in life because I felt like I lost myself in the darkness for a long time, and I was trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I didn't know how. So I was struggling with toxic relationships, whether it's a work relationship, love life, friendship, or family, any kinds of health issues or injuries, including my eczema I was born with, irregular periods, stomach pain, or headaches due to the stress I was dealing with over the last few years, anxiety, depression, binge eating, money, and finding a stable job, which is probably one of the hardest things I was going through in the past. So, because of this feeling of not belonging anywhere in this human world, I kept changing jobs so that I thought things would change. But the fact is, no matter what kind of jobs I had, although all of them are related to translation work, I was attracting the same kind of people or situations over and over again where I felt taken advantage of or manipulated. And please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, all the experiences that I had were terrible or anything, because I wouldn't be the person I am today without my past. So I still think whatever I had to go through, but I wanted to know how to get out of those patterns or break those negative patterns I was creating. So I started to reach out for help from the divine again, like I did with the fairies during my teenage years, although I rejected them once, right? So I bought a bunch of oracle cards, tarot cards, read a lot of books about spirituality, self-help, or any kinds of like spiritual beings or higher dimensional beings, and I even went to see a psychic medium to see what my future held so that I would feel safe, even if it's just a temporarily. That's how much I had fear about my future. But nothing seemed to have changed. So after going through all of that, 3 years later in 2016, I told myself, I was like, you know what? Nothing is working out, so whatever comes to me next, whatever the job I get next time, I'm just gonna suck it up and do it. And 3 months after, I finally secured this hotel concierge full time job in Tokyo. I got in a taxi accident on my way home from work because I missed the last train due to staying later at work, so I ended up taking a taxi and this car accident happened. Luckily, I wasn't bleeding or I didn't break any bones or anything, but I got whiplash. So I was not able to go back to work after that, not only due to my physical pain or my neck treatments, but also due to my emotional pain and anxiety and depression. Because simply, I became scared of living after going through all of this shit. Excuse my language, but I wanted to know why God or whatever it is up there still saved my life or the meaning of life, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know what to do anymore. And suddenly I started to receive repetitive messages, so called signs from angels, which I want to talk about next. So the messages are all about Hawaii. For example, when I turned on TV, the show that came on was about Hawaii, and I got a text message from my friend saying that she just went to Hawaii. And I remember there was this little like Hawaiian food shop, kind of like a truck right next to the hospital that I used to go to for my neck treatments, and I even stepped on a keychain that says aloha. And eventually I came across this Facebook post by Doreen Virtue, who is known for her books or oracle cards about angels, archangels, or spirituality, or any kinds of spiritual beings. And the post was about her angel intuitive certification course for people who want to make a living in the spiritual field by learning how to connect with angels so that they can receive messages not only from those angel oracle cards but also intuitively, and they can give a reading for other people. And when I checked the place of the course, I noticed that it was on Maui Island in Hawaii. So I was like, you know what? You can't make this stuff up anymore. The signs are so repetitive and I couldn't ignore them anymore. So, although I didn't know anyone out there, I decided to take a journey to this magical island by myself. Well, thanks to one of my friends who also encouraged me to move forward. And this trip became such a life changing and magical experience ever in my life that also inspired me to write my novel and my photo book called Traveling with the Angels. And I'll put the links down below, so if you guys are interested, please check them out later. And the angels sent me a lot of special people into my life during the trip or on my way there already. So I would love to share with you guys more of my angelic experiences, or if you guys have one already, please leave comments down below because I would love to hear from you too. So yeah, that's why I love angels, or trust them or trust their guidance, and I worked with them a lot. And there are a lot of archangels, so who you may want to call upon is different depending on what kind of situations you're in or what kind of help you need. So I would love to introduce some of my favorite archangels, or how I work with them or connect with them or ask them for help or messages. Now I want to talk about music. So after connecting with the angels, they told me to heal myself, including my pain or trauma or whatever it is that was blocking me from becoming the real me, in order to see the light at the end of the tunnel and to find my life purpose. And music happened to be one of the most effective healing tools. Especially back in 2013 when I was having my neck treatments, I was on medication, I was taking lots of painkillers, but they didn't work. So I started to use music to heal myself, and it worked a lot. And even over the last few months, actually, I was struggling with my skin issues because of my eczema, and the angels told me to stop using those topical steroid creams because they're too strong for me. A couple weeks after I stopped using them, my skin started to react to it like crazy. I felt my skin burning and my eyes are swollen, and it was terrible, honestly. I could only get like 2 hours of sleep sometimes a day, and I couldn't even go outside because I was afraid of what other people think about me. So I was stuck at home. But even then, I was able to heal myself thanks to the angels and thanks to music. Because whenever I sing or play instruments or listen to my favorite songs, I felt like my pain was releasing, even if it's just a short time or period. So that's why I believe in the power of music. And not only that, I use it as a manifestation tool, because when I ask angels for a sign or messages, they will answer me through songs a lot, especially over the last few months, which is why I was sharing with you guys some of my original or cover songs on this channel before. But when I look up the lyrics, they usually talk about, major life events, or like transformation, changes, letting go of our emotional pain, or moving on from somebody, or letting go of somebody, or whatever. And I noticed that whenever I listen to it or sing a song that talk about them, it was helping me to manifest them. So if you guys are passionate about music, or simply like singing or like playing instruments or something, it would be nice if you could use this healing method, or techniques, or like manifestation tools by using music. And I would love to discover more of healing tools, or introduce some of my other healing tools, including energy healing, meditation, or simply like cooking healthy meals and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Last but not least, I want to talk about my channel. So like I said, I was stuck and lost myself in the darkness for a long time, hoping to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I didn't know how. But thanks to the angels, other spiritual beings, the people that I came across, and all of my past experiences, I was finally able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So now I'm confident to say that my life purpose and soul mission is to send messages from the spirit world to the human world, so that people who are going through exactly like I was going through in the past can get something out of this channel. And even if you guys are already on the right path or doing what it is that make you happy, Spirit is actually telling me that they want to help you shine your light even brighter, which is exciting. So just like how the angels saved my life by sending me lots of signs, I want to send their messages not only through songs, but also through other stuff like energy healing, meditation, any kinds of art I'm passionate about, and photography or traveling, and many more. So please stay tuned. And whether you guys are here just for fun, for music, for spirituality, for self-help, for healing, or whatever it is, I still believe in the law of attraction and synchronicity, because it's also another sign from the angels. So I want to make this channel more collective, so that we can move forward, change our lives, manifest our lives, and heal ourselves together. I also would love for you to see my angel side, not only as a human but also as an angel, I meant, because sometimes I feel blessed to be able to experience both sides. For example, when I see a butterfly passing by me, my human side would go something like, oh, it's a butterfly, it's so beautiful, let me take a picture. But my angel side would go something like, it must be a message from my deceased grandpa who is watching over me, or in general, butterflies symbolize freedom, creativity, or transformation, which that I know of thanks to the angels, who taught me. So I receive a message from a different perspective as well. That's why I want to use this channel as a kind of like a gateway to the spirit world, so that you feel close to those beings that I connect with or that I work with. And sure, I'm still in the process of healing and recovery, both emotionally and physically, and I'm trying to get out of this darkness completely in order to serve my life purpose fully. So I would love to learn from you guys, connect with you guys, and also learn from my spirit guides so that I can share more of their messages with you on this channel. So today I talked about 4 things, including myself, angels, music, and my channel. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video soon. Bye bye.